I want. Suppose I can put on some non-copyrighted stuff. Might help. There we go. Down a little bit. Sure, that's good. Yeah, that's fine, right? Okay, now it says we're live. I do a couple tests here. Hmm. Oh yeah, I need to probably turn. Sorry, I'm gonna get back into this. I promise. This is weird because I'm listening to the stream, which is delayed, and this right now, so I'm gonna just give it a chance to. Okay, we're gonna now disable preview, and I'm just gonna leave it turned down a little bit, and then we're gonna see what's going on with this. Oh, it's lower than recommended. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna get into it, and we're just gonna go from there. Monitor from here, and we'll see how things go. Actually, there's probably in the studio. There's probably right. Maybe I don't know. That's so weird. There's not like a live tab where I can monitor there. It's okay. All right, here we go. Let me I'm gonna start off with just some let's actually see what is in store. We got 3 days. Wow, I've really been slacking. I know the Visions one is probably awesome, but let's just start from the beginning. Let's see what I need here. Of course, I don't have any. Actually, I just got a couple cars that I don't really want. I'm gonna sell them. There is. I got like on my last video, you'll see it. I got my what is it? This one, the Type R here. It's probably a really good car, but I just don't want it. Out of everything else I could have won, I was like, really? So I'm gonna go ahead and cool. I'm gonna go ahead and sell it. Let me look through. Let me see if I can make any big losses here. But see, the other thing too is some of these cars are they're fairly like old or fairly cheap, but the valuation is kind of interesting. So I still think it's crazy that my McLaren is like worth so much, but I love that McLaren. So Huracan. I don't have a lot of cars. I need to focus on getting my money up, but don't really. I think I would say doing these challenges is probably the best way to do that, but some cases though, it's just they're not. Like, I need a special car for that. Let me go through and do the ones I don't need a car for first, and then I will. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Let's see, do I need a special car for this one? Oh, cool, I got the Camaro. And it fits. That's a 10 lap race. 600. Suggested. Yeah, well, I haven't driven this Camaro in probably a year, for being honest. But, well, probably not a year. It's probably been a few months, but I haven't driven this lap in a while. Now there's a chance my force feedback doesn't work right now, so I'm gonna just give that a test first. Nope, we're good. Like it should. This car is going to absolutely spin out of control. Yikes, man. Well, that game might be super loud. I didn't realize that. It's probably not. I'll give it a check in a second. If it is, I'm sorry. Okay, alright. Straight off the... I don't even know what tires I have on. I have racing slicks on, that's fine. That'll do. Just gotta get better at driving, that's all. Dude, you're kidding me. Okay. Let me adjust this car a little bit. I might have a different build for it, but I don't know. It's been so long. Yeah, I do have a different build for it. I think I'm going to take it off of that though and put it on intermediates just because I appear to be all over the place, so maybe this will help. That feels a little better. Oh yeah, much better. So my dad actually had a Z01. I don't remember. I think it was a 2018. Might have been in 2018. I really don't remember, to be honest with you. It's been a while. But he had a Z01 that he took out like right when it was switching seasons, and it went into a lake. Yeah, he had race tires on it still, and it was switching to winter, and it was a really bad day for it. But just naturally, I don't know if I don't know if it's because he didn't have the tires or if he just didn't switch them yet or what, but he like barely hit it a little too hard and it slid and hit a tree, and he wasn't really far away. He's okay, but he wasn't really far away from our house or anything, and it went right into a lake. So as soon as I got into Gran Turismo and saw that they had a Z01, I was like, yeah, I want to build one kind of like what he had built, because his was pretty nice. So it's a fast curve here. I can confidently say I think I've only ever driven this track twice. It's a pretty good road track though, like for road cars. Just like inside. Yeah, okay, try to save it. We're good. Probably not gonna have to put anything, so feels pretty good. Alright, 134 going over the line. Let's try to get that down. Oh, dude, this thing is all over the road. Why is it so slippery? It must be super light. Well, it's okay. I'm up here with the leaders, and I definitely am faster than them, so right now they're just obstacles. It's okay, though. I'm trying to match their pace so I can kind of figure out the more optimal line or speed. I think I'm taking these all way too fast, and that is hard to say in a race, but in a car that's heavy or light and doesn't have a lot of traction, yeah, heavy and faster too. Wow, look at this guy in front of me. He's going. No way, I didn't have to spit him out. Oops. I And I couldn't stop all the way enough, otherwise I would have gotten hit and probably spun out too, so, you know. There's a DeLorean leading the pack. Just going back in time to stop himself from taking this race. And just kick it right in the gear there. This is actually really fun though. I like the difference of track. Okay, that was, I may have lied. This is not very fun. Okay, I'm back on track. Don't worry about it. Wow. Okay, that's still 7 seconds faster. Not 7, 1 second faster. Okay, this is gonna be my best lap. Don't worry about it. Here we go. Oh my god, that was a drift. Might not have been a drift, but I didn't have any traction, so it counts. Alright. Same thing here. Just a little too much power. Yo, dude, this thing kind of slides. It's crazy. Slow. So, out. Down to first is crazy work, but it's alright. Should have stayed in first. There we go. Whoa. Dude, I cannot contain this. This is crazy. This might be like a drag build that I've put on this or something. I honestly don't know because I'm just going everywhere. These are the fast corners, right? Yeah. Yep, there we go. Alright. Let's go. Go. Yeah, let's go. That was horrible. That was so bad. All right, give me a second. Hang on, I gotta adjust game volume. A little too loud. That was a fun race though. That was pretty fun. I definitely think I probably could have just built the car a little better, but you know, is what it is. We're gonna turn this down. 15,000 is not bad. It was like 6 minute. It was like a 6 minute race or something. That wasn't that bad. Yeah, that was pretty good. I need to I probably could look at like better builds for these cars. Oh, dang, okay. I forgot about getting the 100,000 just for completing like anything. Hello, welcome to the stream. This is my first attempt at a Gran Turismo stream, but I absolutely love this game. But I'm trying to get my credits up, so I'm gonna see what I can race without having to buy a car. So what do I need for this? It's 5 laps. Okay, so do I have a... I do have a Porsche that's built... Actually, no. Nah. We're gonna take this. This is probably one of my favorite cars that's got really good handling in this game. I should have... Dude, I always do that. I always like skip over the important like tire wear or... it's okay. It's fine. I just kind of skip over the big stuff that I should definitely like check out, like slipstream settings or tire wear or something like that. I'm really bad at that. Okay, and I don't know why I wasn't paying attention. Pretty much though, for the bulk first like few of these, I know the cars that I have are typically very over-spec'd for what we need, so I'm not too worried about the races. I'm more worried about keeping things on the track, just because it's such a good mix of tracks and cars that I don't usually drive. That, yeah, like this one, I'm probably gonna restart this just so I can get a little comfortable, but we'll see. There we go. No, it's fine. We got it. Any track that allows me to use this car, especially under the proper conditions, I know is like, I want to use this car. This car handles so good. Can we pass them? Yes, we can. Nice and clean. I don't remember the. I think there's a big. Yeah, it's fine. All right, just obliterate the track limits there. Don't worry about it. Nope, that's not it. There's something coming up that it's not barriered off, and you can just very easily blow right through it. I think it's this turn here. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's that's how that goes. I just tried to downshift out of first. Oh boy. We're really in for it here. It's all right, we're in 14th place. Started in 20th, so it could be worse. All right, now we're on the straight. This is where I pass everybody. But there's a very, very fast right or left hand. It's got to be right or left-handed turn, I guess. Can't be anything else, but very fast turn right after this. So I need to be careful. Actually, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Ooh, yeah, it's fine. Yep. We're good. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. And then it's this left-hander here that's really sharp. Gonna break it to 54 and stay really wide, give that guy some clearance, and then pass him. Nice. Okay. All right, here we go. Go. Oh, that was a really smooth shift. I think I like perfectly RPM matched that. That is not too big of a pack in front of me, so. Except for when this guy slams on his brakes like 40 feet before the turn. Jeez, man. Okay, all right. It's okay. I understand it now. So there is some good opportunity to pass on these back technical bits. You just have to be really, really cautious of the walls and not, you don't want to inflict a lot of damage. Wow, that guy went right into the wall. That's really funny. Right as I was saying that, you gotta be very cautious of the walls. Bam. All right, here we go. Take him on the outside and oh, hey, that's actually better. Okay, that was very, very dirty and not on purpose. I think that only happened because I pushed a little too hard, and this guy definitely just pushed me out of the way, by the way. Here we go, right there. Take that. Very aggressive. Get out of the way. Block him off. Probably watch the road still. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Now I know I can pull away from him. I'd like to get at least, a couple seconds of a gap between me and everyone else if I can. I see first place. Sorry, I'm gonna take the slip here for just a minute. I'll pass him on the turn. Oh, shoot. Okay. I should have definitely not been so aggressive. It's fine. We're up with the main pack now. I think I can definitely get through them. No problem. Still got 3 laps to go. I should probably just take it a little easy, but you know, when does that ever help? Let's cut off the inside here so they can't do that. Go very wide so they can't do that, and keep going. Great. All right, so we'll split them up. He's gonna brake early. Oh yeah, I think by the end of this technical bit, I should be in first. Maybe. Wow, first is really far ahead. I thought first was right in front of those guys, so that was my fault. Probably would do me better to stay on the road there. I just, again, this is one of those circuits I don't play very much, so it's not like I'm gonna know it fully. You know, I'm a very avid Gran Turismo player, but not insane. You know, I need to be, kind of need to hit that insane level status where I've got a couple thousand hours in the game, not just a couple hundred. But I think some stats aren't tracking properly, I don't think, because I definitely had like, at some point it showed like over 300 hours, and then for some reason now it's only showing like 176. So I'm not sure why, but this is the, that is so easy. Why am I making that so difficult? I guess it's probably other drivers that make that really difficult. It's not anything special. Yeah, this guy in first, I probably can catch up to him on the straight here. He's not too far ahead of me, so. Jeez, okay, maybe if I was a better driver. Yep, thank you. Thanks for the assists. Wow, I can't believe I just straight into the wall like that. It's all right. I got him, don't worry. Ooh, taking the grass is really, really bad. It's fine. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I see him. Yeah, that was still my best lap, and I did that. Okay, let me just stay quiet for just a second. I'm focusing on the race. Mainly because I definitely can catch this guy. I don't know if I can catch him before the turn, though. It's gonna be real close. Stay on the road here. Immediately don't listen to myself. That's great. I love the visual of helicopters flying over, by the way. That's so crazy that they're capturing like the actual footage right now of that too. I get that it's all like kind of a gimmick, but it works, man. Actually, I guess I don't know if it's a gimmick. Like those helicopters are just modeled cameras that fly around the map, which is just so cool. There's so much like, okay, maybe that crowd probably isn't the most detailed, but there's so much other detail in this game that is like always skipped over. It's all right. Okay, just really heavy on the brakes there, man. Dude, okay. Listen, this is not intentional dirty driving. This is the reason I don't play this circuit very much. I just hate how aggressive you can be, and then how very, very delicate lots of players and lots of AI seem to take this, so. It's all right, I'm gonna pass him right here, and then I won't have to worry about anyone. Don't get air, don't get air, don't get air, okay. I've gotten airtime from that lift before, so. And then now, there we go. Nice. Okay, smooth. Power out. Oh my god, I actually did that like good for that. The more I play, I can definitely tell I'm kind of getting my own like style of this. I've been watching a lot of tips and tricks videos, but being a couple years into the mix here, I definitely need to be better at this than I am. So there we go. Right after the metal. Okay, I kind of remember some breaking points I had when I was going through the main campaign, which right now I'm actually gonna try to start something at the beginning of the year where I go through and like 100% the entire campaign, at least the event directory, because I always think like, man, I keep doing the same races, but like it's my fault. I'm the one that keeps doing the same races. It's not anything else. I'm the one who keeps choosing those events and those books and doing that, when realistically this game has so much to offer that I have really missed out on. So that's something I want to do. I might try to find like a guide that gets you through all the books as quick as possible, just because I really enjoy doing these weekly challenges and I don't have just unlimited time to play, so kind of using my time as wisely as I can, which really comes from using it to either make videos or stream, or like, oh, that one's difficult. Yeah, I like to use it to make good videos or stream, or do like a lot of the really good grinds, kind of get as much money as I can from it. Okay, here we're not gonna stop. Hey, we didn't lift up. Take it. Forget which car it was that I did that in, but it was really bad. Thankfully, I wasn't on a direct drive at the time, because if I was, that probably would have been crazy. And there we go. That's the P1 finish. Let's go. That's 2 events completed, and an extra 135,000, and I get my 4-star roulette. Let's actually open that, because I have this theory that these roulettes are not actually very randomized. I'm gonna click on it to open it, but I'm gonna mentally choose what I'm gonna get. So as soon as I see what's on the board, I'm gonna choose what I'm gonna get from it. If I get anything different, I'll be very impressed, but I have a feeling I'm not going to. So let's see what they offer. I'm gonna get the blue car. Okay. I mean, it's a fair lady. It's not bad, but honestly, I think I already have one of those. And if I don't really know if I want one. Let me just keep it for now, and it's a little closer, I guess. It's another car, you know. Go ahead and add this 100,000 to the bank, you know, like I do in real life usually. It's like I'm rewatching the roulette there on the stream, and it's like every time it's gonna be something that's in this, like, it just doesn't seem random, you know. It doesn't seem. I bet I could watch through like 100 different openings and guarantee what they're gonna get, because I've done it so many times. It's not a bad system. It just actually needs to be like randomized, or it needs to make a lot of sense. Like you need to be able to get like big credits, and like maybe I think you get bigger things for bigger Let's try the special event. Let's see if I have. Oh yeah, I got a lot of cars for that. Okay. It's 10 laps. Okay, what are we looking at here? There's a no shortcut and no wall collision and no mechanical damage. It's kind of just like a free win right here. If I choose the right car, which would be the thing is, but that's kind of difficult to control on these tracks. Man, I could do the McLaren, but what am I going against? Let's take the Huracan and let's just see how we do. To be honest with you, I don't drive this Huracan very much, so if I can't get it under control, I'm gonna restart this with something that I can, because I want to be as accurate as I can. But if they're giving you landslide wins, I mean, there's no there's no reason not to, you know. But there might be a better car for this. This is where the Mission X special event thing was, right? I don't remember. It was just like 2 days ago. I got no idea. Okay, my bad. Hang on. We're gonna restart. I'm gonna get comfortable. Okay, let's get comfortable and let's try again. I considered throwing on VR for this, but to be honest, I think, I don't know, but I think I'm gonna try to do a like 15-day, or not 15-day, like 15-hour stream of VR one of my next days off. I'm gonna try to do either like a full-on 15-hour race or at least like a good mix of the VR games that I have, just because I believe that the PSVR is one of those that is like really underrated. Oh wow, that was wow. Okay, surprised that worked. I actually wasn't focused for like 30 seconds there and immediately almost lost that. So okay. Let me see, let me straighten this. All right, let's lock in. That's not the right button. There we go. I like the hood view on this car. Don't know why. Apparently I suck still, so we're gonna try that again, and we're gonna go. Nope, we're gonna go here. Nothing is as clear cut as this view is. I was a premium hood view guy for the first probably 150 hours that I raced ever. And then I really enjoy the follow cam in the Horizon games, but something I don't like about Gran Turismo is that the follow cam is very stiff, you know. So I know I can do this here. Ooh, okay, shouldn't have, but I know I can. But yeah, something about the chase cam in this game is doesn't feel very floaty, which is kind of good, because sometimes some of these games make it feel very floaty, and it's a little too much. I think CarX is one of those that has a really like crazy suspended camera kind of look. Ideally though, you want every game to be like Assetto Corsa. You want it to have so many options that you have no idea what you really want to do, but you have the ability to do any of it. Oh no. Okay. It's fine, I saved it. Maybe do that in the right gear might help. Taking the inside. Don't do it. Yo, that was so close. That's actually pretty crazy. I'm surprised I just pulled that off. That was like a 140-mile-an-hour turn and pass. Like, okay, that sounds
crazier than I think it is, but. So what, we got 10 laps, okay. We've got no tire fuel usage, which is something I need to remember. Is that a Diablo? Am I stupid? Nope, I'm not stupid. Okay. He's pretty well behind me. We're good. For some reason, I thought he was right beside me. I thought he was gonna cut me off like crazy. What do we have here? Let's see. Okay, that was really dumb. My bad. I'm sorry. This isn't online, guys. This is just running through the weekly challenges. Just while I've got time. Online, I think I'd be much more cautious, but I'd also probably be much slower. Just because I don't do a lot of online racing. Although, I'm going to try to. I'm going to try to do it a lot more. Because I really enjoy this. Wow. Something I've noticed too is trail braking doesn't really... Like, it works pretty good, but it is not... Sometimes it's not the fastest option on some of these corners that look like it should be. Like, they look like they have really good, like, enter really well, exit really well kind of thing, but sometimes it's just better to do what flows the most. And in the moment, sometimes, like, too, like this car defending, I'm not going to have really the ability to... Actually, I guess I kind of, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like sometimes there's like more to it than it seems with trail braking and trying to enter and exit these corners correctly, especially because sometimes these cars feel very, very heavy when they are actually not that bad. Being a natural supercar owner myself of my my Chevy Spark, I would be the one to know how this fully customized Lamborghini Huracan should feel on the road, which is like 90% of the comments on a setup video. Whoa. Oh, that was weird. Oh, I actually had some lock up there. That's kind of crazy. I didn't expect that. That was... Still got my best sector though. I'm in 9th. I got quite a few laps to go. I need to catch up here. Wow, I can stay on full throttle out that corner, so remember that. And then just after the sign, right here. Dude, what is up with this? Okay. That was really, really bad on my part. Yep, I'm gonna change cars. I have to change cars because I think I am having to over control this car a lot. I don't even think I've done anything to this car. So let's put it on one that I know the Nismo really well. The AMG I know really well too. Let's actually take this and let's put it, I think I have an 800 build for this. Look at that. Okay, let's try this. This might be more enjoyable. If this feels super heavy, I'm not going to do it. I'll switch to another car. We're going to find the right car for this track. So, by the way, the right car all along might end up being the McLaren that I probably should have started with. So, just to clarify. Oh yeah, this is a little better. Yeah, so for context, I did it in I was doing it in the Huracan, and then crashed. Now I'm trying it in the, I don't even remember what I chose. It's all right. So there's like 3 or 4 Diablos in this race. It's kind of crazy. I feel like I don't see those get a lot of attention by. Okay. So a lot of these are definitely caused by my very bad driving skill, but for the most part, I think just choosing the right car, the right track, right car for this track is important. I got 10 laps, so I just 10 laps to brush off any mistakes that I make. Oh, like one-handed through the fast section. Okay. Sorry, I was coughing. Is that a 911? What are you? Yep, it's 911. Oh, thread the needle there. Take him. All right. Don't do it. Oh, dude, I thought he was gonna pit maneuver me. I know it's an AI, but they've been doing that lately. If you check out my latest video, it actually happens. So I'm doing the World Touring Car 800. It's last week's challenge, and it is absolutely insane, dude. They just, wow, that was pretty. I think that was a no contact there, which is pretty good for me. So yeah, no, I was doing the World Touring Car on Daytona, and I get ahead of like the second or third pack, and going into turn one, I cut them up really well too. And going into turn one, they just straight up like throw me right off the edge. Bad idea. Nope. That was a great idea. Okay, that was a bad idea. Back off a little bit, just give me my own space. Nice. That worked a little too well. I didn't think he was actually going to do that, but one problem I have is dropping the gears way too low sometimes. Sometimes I'll take a corner in fifth gear and exit it in like third, and I've got just way too much speed carrying through. I'm talking like consecutive corners though. That's the other. Sometimes too, I've noticed, sometimes I definitely don't turn the car enough. Sometimes I like expect a lot more out of the wheel, and I don't like tuck it in deep enough, or I do that, whatever that was. I'm really kind of happy right now. Okay. That was bad. I've been having some weird mic issues, but I finally fixed them all, and I think it sounds so much better. I tried to record that, well, I did record that voiceover for my video, and it was like, it was kind of just, it sounded good, but it did not sound like it should to me. I couldn't figure out what was wrong, so I went through a couple hours of adjusting and tweaking mic settings, and finally got it. While I was preparing for this live stream too, I was trying to eat a little bit, send out messages to everyone, not to message me, but by everyone I mean like one person. It was my wife. I told her just to call me if she needs anything. Do it again. Let's go. Okay, not that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna do it anyways though. Yeah. Let me go. He's gonna get my draft though. Right here, slowly bring it in. Quickly pull out. Not what I meant. Okay, right. This next move I do is gonna be to pass all 4 of these cars at once, because they're gonna bunch up on the big U-turn coming up. So I'm gonna cut every single one of them. Not after I spin out though. There's one. Okay, and through the grass, we'll just take that. Sorry, that was foul play. Still probably get the clean racing bonus, no problem. Of course, that was the best split. I had to straight up cut the corner. Stay on the inside though. Just stay on the inside. Stay on the inside. No, okay, that was pretty clean. See, that makes up for it. I did not mean to go straight through the grass like that though. Should have given him the position back, but it's an AI, so he's at least not going to report me. Okay, power out, power out. Go, 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 go. Yeah. There we go. All right, so we're 6th place going into going into lap 5. Let's see. Yep. Right at the wrong angle there. Thought my wheels were getting bad for a second. Yikes, man. Nope. Oh, shit. I'm trying. Don't. Okay. Wow, I will take that rather than a reset, to be honest with you. I make very many mistakes. All right. So going into P5, I'm in position 9 now. Going to P5, going to lap. Wow, that is all wrong. Going into lap 6, I am in position 9, and I am just getting worse and worse by the lap. Let me just shut up and focus for like 30 seconds. Dude, what am I doing? Like, seriously, why am I... All right, let's find a better car to do this in. I need to figure out what has the best, have the best grip. The McLaren might not be a bad call. Let's just try the Nismo for now and see how this does. See how I can do. Oh man. Yeah. All right, let's try this and see. This car I'm very familiar with. I've done a lot of races with it the past couple days. I don't know if that's a good thing that I've had to do a lot of races with it, but this car's kind of like a cheat code sometimes because I feel like it's one of the best modeled in the game. I feel like just on its own, it's got some pretty good specs, but once you modify it, it really opens it up, man. As I stated, I am trying to get to level 50 so I can get to engine swaps, like collector level 50. So while I don't like that all of the gifts that you can get are some pretty bad cars sometimes. Wow. It does helps get to collector level 50, so I'll take it. Dude, I am not a dirty driver. I just suck. Just believe me with that, please. I'm gonna pass this Porsche and make it stick. Drive it in. Cruise through these. Oh, wow. Dude, the grip is insane. Like I said, I'm not a bad driver. I'm so sorry. It's not my fault though. It's kind of you guys. All right. That's fine. We got our way through that really rough backpack there. I need to find a better term for that. I keep saying backpack and that just keeps throwing me off because I'm like, nah, not like a backpack. Like, I want to keep that thing in more like a, I don't know. Okay. So, dumb moment there, I hit the clutch instead of the brake. That's just... Okay, and that's fine. You know what? It's fine. 2 laps, pretty much 1 wasted. We're gonna just... Let's focus. I have a lot of really cool things I want to talk about, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna shut up and focus on this and get this done. This is a really good race. I like it. I'm just, dude, they just dead brake like right there. That is so stupid. Okay. Keep like full throttle out of here. Just stop with the braking. And let off, and we'll just power it through these. Do some overtakes, probably. Yep, here we go. Yeah, what's up? Hello? Okay. Hey, that was a good pass. Hey, that was pretty good. Okay, don't do what I just did. Okay. We're good. We are good. very wide. Tuck it in. Ooh. It's very challenging. For now. Okay, that was a pretty good turn one out of everything else that I've been doing. Right. Do you see how much they break? They break for that entire thing right there. The whole S turn that's there. And every single AI I've been behind does that. Oh, that's definitely gonna be my fastest section. Yeah, that's gonna be like a gold split, probably for a lap. Oh yeah, 100%. Nice. Now, I don't know that I can catch all the way up to that pack though. I got 5 laps too, so at least really give it a chance. I just don't know if maybe I chose not a fast enough car or not though. Usually the cars that I can choose are like a landslide, so. Oh, dude, that's crazy. Oh man. I just thought about it. Could you imagine actually sneezing at like 150 miles an hour? All right, well, there goes 6th. So we're at least up in the top 6 now. I can see the leaders. That's pretty good. They're really not too far off, I guess. So sorry, I'm sick. Okay, dumb. Oh, man. All right, real quick. Okay, sorry. The force feedback is making everything on my desk shake, and there's a really expensive piece of equipment that I did not want to fall, so I had to do that. Okay, they're gonna break now. Gonna stay in 3rd and just pull out right around them. Actually, let's go to 4th. Okay, little contact. Definitely his fault. Never my fault. Because I'm pretty much the perfect driver, so. Just keep my foot on the throttle. Right now I'm kind of just resting it. Here we go. Same here, we're gonna go about 85%. So the only reason I'm not doing as fast as possible around that is because I do not want to spin out. And on racing slicks, going as fast as possible. At such an angle, you're definitely going to get some you're going to hit the slipstream of the car there, where no matter how good you are at controlling it, you're going to spin out. So I think that's what it's called. Maybe it's a slip angle, not slipstream. I'm stupid. Sorry. Racing term. They are like dominating this top section up here. I'm 7 seconds behind them. I got 3 laps to catch them. This is probably where I lose all of my time too. Yep. Actually, it's going down. Maybe I can do this. Brake. Dang, dude. That was pretty close for what I was doing. Okay, 2 laps. I got this. I got this. I got this. I got this. Focus in here. Okay. So immediately do everything wrong. Hey. What's up, Oscar? How's it going? I apologize for my really bad driving right now. I had like a really rough slip a couple laps ago, and it's kind of throwing me off, but welcome to the stream. Do you play? We're in 5th place right now. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to catch this pack before the next. It's all right. We'll see. I'll check the chat in a second. Just a second here. Driving a real car right now? What? Oh my gosh. What are you talking about? You're driving and chatting on YouTube right now? That's yeah, not too much free time, man. I get that. I get that a lot. That's right now I'm looking for a second job, and I know once I get that again, I'm gonna have to kind of squeeze these sessions in as much as I can. That's kind of the hard thing too, is I just can't seem to get like a good enough system down to get quicker at all this while also trying to stay on top of just life, man. That's this section. Dude, that section's been tripping me up for like the last 20 minutes. Every time I go through it, I keep just... There was one time I just blazed straight through it and knocked the guy out. That was bad. Oh shit, I gotta focus on the road. Hey, Corollas are nice though, man. That car's probably gonna last you another decade. I don't think I've ever really seen like, I don't think I've ever gone anywhere and not seen like at least 6 or 7 Corollas just on the road, just because of how reliable they are. That's a good thing. All these other newer cars, is it a newer Corolla or is it one of the older ones? Because if it's one of the older ones, you got something good, but some of these newer ones are just super heavy, or they're not great on gas, or they got some of their other issues. But all right, final lap here, let me see. Oh dude, I'm gonna lap this guy. That's kind of crazy. I was like, there's no way I'm catching up to 4th that much. This guy's a full lap behind. Yeah, that's right. 360,000 miles, still rocking, man. I had a 2010. Okay, nice. Yeah. Not to mention, is the other thing, especially if you're you know, pretty good car guy, there's a lot of modifications you can do to a Corolla, especially a 2010 one. Man, they were going crazy with all that. Some cars, so I've pretty much driven like, well, I've kind of driven whatever I've had, but like my first car was like a Pontiac 2006 Pontiac Grand Prix, and that would have probably been the car that I kept for a very long time if we didn't buy it after, like, I had like probably 100,000 miles put on it with blown head gaskets, so we were in for like a lot of damage repair. But it was my first car kind of thing. We got it for super cheap, so that car, it was a great car. It just had so many issues, and once we got them all fixed, it ran good, but not good enough to last, you know, another 5 years even, or 2 years probably. But older, God, if you could find a really good, like really good condition older car and pay outright for that rather than a payment on the newer car, you're better off, I think, every time. So dang, dude, he was 11 seconds faster than me. McLaren F1 GTR. I have a McLaren, but it's not that. All right, 54,000 is not bad. It's bad for like 20 minutes of trying to do that race, though. The challenge is too is I need to win the race. That's what the weekly challenge is. So I'm gonna have to. Let me circuit experience that on this real quick. And was that what we were driving? Probably. Wow. Yeah, let me just give this a chance and see if maybe this car's got something up its sleeve on it. I think this is going to be too slow. Actually, I don't know if it's easier. It's I think it's more interactive and more fun. But before I got in the sim, I played probably a good like 60 or 70 hours of the game on controller, just to make sure that this was something I really wanted to get into before I did that. And I liked it enough where I was like, yeah, that's probably worth it. I don't think that this is the same. This is the same layout of this track that I just raced, but it's definitely really fun. It's just make sure you buy something that is like compatible with PlayStation, because there's not very many options for these the wheelbases or steering wheels that are like compatible with that. And then also, like, you want to make sure you have a good clear area to set something like that up in. The the best thing is if you use like a desk, rather than like if you use a desk and like a computer monitor or TV, rather than like a living room TV with some sort of table or something, because you'll have to just find somewhere to get a table to put the wheel on, and then find somewhere to put the pedals down, and find somewhere to sit and make it all comfortable. So like once you get something like this, you'll realize the rabbit hole you have to go into. I have a full like cockpit thing that I have stored away right now, because it's kind of a big hassle to set up. And what I've realized is it sets me a little too far away from the game sometimes, and I don't really like that. I like this sort of angle that I'm at here. So my fix for that is I'm either going to get a better sim setup, or I'm going to I don't know what my better option is for that, but I kind of want to just go all out and maximize the efficiency of it, and make sure that, like, that's the other thing too. This is a weird conversation to have, but when you want to sit down and do something like that, you have to want to pull all that out and plug all this in and set it all up and dial in your settings and make sure everything's good. And like, I chose a very, very non-standard route to do this, and that was kind of a big problem. Like, there's been a lot of issues I've had, and there's been like weeks where I've been like wanting to race and had to fix issues instead of just sitting down and playing, which is kind of the point. So, but the first wheel that I used was I had the G29, the Logitech G29, and that's like completely compatible with PlayStation. You just plug it in and it works. And I probably could have done a little better at like getting more out of that before I chose what my next step up would be. Yeah, sorry. The short answer to your question is I don't know if it's easier, but I do know that it is a lot more fun. It's also a lot more immersive. We're going to go crazy, and I'm going to use this just to see. I just want to see if this is going to be even viable, man. I feel like I spin out in this thing every time I use it, but I gotta admit, it's got one of the best sounds in the game. It just kind of feels like a spaceship. It looks like a spaceship. Pretty much is a spaceship. Like, I'm not gonna have any problem at all getting past people. So to be honest though too, I actually think there's some pretty good builds that you can do for this car that are like way higher spec. Okay, yep. I'm just gonna avoid all racing is a contact sport now, so you're gonna slow down really crazy. Okay, sick. Hello. Like to pass you if you don't mind. Thank you. Oh wow, dude, this AI has been so aggressive this week. Like, for some reason, man, they've been way more aggressive than usual. I've been pitted like 3 or 4 times because of them. Listen, I didn't think my wife would be like super happy with me getting into something like this either, because it's very expensive. But to be honest though, she was really supportive of it, and I ended up having her try it out a couple times, and she kind of had fun with it too. So if you throw it in there as like but like, you can also try it sometimes, like, you know, I used it as like well, listen, when's the chance you're ever going to get to drive some spaceship like this Red Bull car I'm in right now, or a Lamborghini? That's a pretty good sell. Okay. Oh shoot, I'm sliding. No, but for real, there are some I wouldn't cheap out on any like really crappy like wheel stand and like pedal kind of thing. You don't want to do that route, because you'll just end up getting a bad experience for it. And there's a lot of better options that aren't super crazy expensive, but are definitely worth it. Okay, there we go. There we go. I feel like I'm actually gaining on them this lap. Dude, the last three, I don't know why I didn't just choose this car from the beginning. I don't really like using the Visions cars sometimes. I feel like they're a little too, that's the other thing. Yeah, like the feeling though is insane. You can kind of feel what it'd be like to drive a car that doesn't exist, which is a crazy sentence to say, but is the reality of it. Other thing too is if you like any of the Formula One games or any of the dirt rally games, I believe on PlayStation there's a good amount of them that work with this too. So you know, that's another plus too. Is you got a lot of racing options. This car must just have better. I think this car might have better like response to my inputs because I was getting better lap times in the Nismo, but like I was faster in the Nismo, but I'm already way further ahead and feel like I actually have a chance. Maybe this car just dominates in the streets. I think there is a, from what I saw, it looks like there might be a Nürburgring challenge going on with this car right now too, which is kind of nice. I don't know, Polyphony's been doing really good, at least with the events. I am not happy with the ticket system though. That is, the roulette system is like, just feels like not even like gambling at this point. It just feels like you're gonna constantly get the worst option. Yo, here we go. I'm about to take first. That's crazy. This is taking me like probably 30 minutes just to get to a point where I can actually overtake first place. Don't. Dude, look at how aggressive they are, bro. He's cutting like the whole track. Jeez, man. Now listen, track limits are off, so I guess like, you know, he's doing what he can. All right, that's fine. We're 3 laps in. If I can get ahead of him and get like a 2-second lead, I can hold it. I like to get in the very front and then like straight up block the second place. Like I'll do my very best defensive driving. Dude, I'm sorry, I keep swerving off every time I read the chat, but yes, the Fanatec does have a it's a Gran Turismo, it's like a GT DD Pro or GT something. There is like a one that is labeled for this. The issues, however, I would definitely look into what's been going on, because Fanatec actually was bought out by Asus lately, I think. They had Fanatec, so I almost went with that wheelbase instead of the one I'm using now. Fanatec is just, they have a really rough reputation for deliveries and orders and sort of package handling, and kind of like you order something and you wait 8 months and then maybe you don't get it, or like the person you talk to like got fired and they never even like processed the order. There's some pretty bad horror stories about Fanatec, so that's kind of why I steered clear of it, because I was like, if I'm gonna put any money into anything, I need to make sure it's actually gonna get to my door. And for that instance, Moza has a way better customer service reputation, but a lot of things have changed since I did all that and since in the past few months with Fanatec. So they definitely, you know, might be better off, but I would do a lot of good research before you look into buying anything from them, just to make sure that if things are better, then it's worth it. Because even on the cheap end, you're gonna still spend a couple $100 on something, and just don't want you to be out the money, you know. Now, with that being said, the route that I have gone has proven to be a little bit harder to justify, just because it requires so much tinkering sometimes, and I'm okay with that because I enjoy like the technical aspects of some things. I like to, you know, fit it with as many settings as I can. Corsair, that's what it was. I thought it was Acer. That's actually kind of more interesting to me. Corsair, they But like I said, there's a chance that everything is fixed and way better now than 11 or so months ago when I got, or probably like 8 months ago when I got this. So also too, on my channel, there's a video, like I said, like probably 8 months ago, where I unboxed the current setup that I have. Also, it's got the cockpit that I was talking about in the description. That cockpit should match up perfectly with the Fanatec base. Those are meant to go together, but again, I chose the worst possible options and did not do that. So but yeah, if you want to check that out, that's on my channel. It's just talking about setting this whole thing up and kind of the unboxing process, but it's definitely worth it if you think it's something you like. It's really worth it, but just steer clear of anything that might be bad. Oh, okay, so you have a Mozart 5, because that's what I'm using right now. The way I got it to work, as part of the video I was just talking about, there's a video on my channel that has these links in the description, but there's a company called RAS Solution. It's RASLUTION, I think. I'll put all the links somewhere in a second, but there's a pretty much an adapter that adapts these the Moza wheels to PlayStation. So, and it's a fairly finicky process, but it does work. As you can see, I'm using it right now, so it is totally worth it. But just be aware that you may run into some software issues every once in a while where you have to go through and update the device, or update the Moza wheel and then put it all back together. And I just went through about a week of troubleshooting last month. I went through like a week of troubleshooting just to get everything working again. So, but again, the other thing too, the really good thing about that is you can find some really great deals on these Moza products sometimes. I feel like that's also worth it for putting up with kind of some finickiness here and there. And as these companies start to get better and evolve, it's probably going to be a little easier in the future. So you're kind of buying into something. Dude, why are they so aggressive, man? This is like the 5th time I've been hit like straight onto the side by this AI, man. They're going crazy this week. Anyways, I appreciate you guys in the chat here. Thanks for stopping by and, you know, giving me some conversation here. I was streaming for like 30 minutes just talking to myself. If you guys are enjoying this, definitely leave a like and check out some of the videos I put out. I put out a lot of stuff recently, kind of doing some VR racing on Gran Turismo, and I plan on getting a lot better at that and the commentating part of it. So it's not great, but I enjoy what I'm doing right now. So in the very kind of far, kind of close future, my eventual like premium setup is going to be a very, very well built rig that has a flight simulator and my racing simulator all set up and mounted properly and ready to go with like as much ease of use as possible. That's something I'm looking forward to too. I'm kind of planning out that build right now and sort of looking at how I'm gonna have to rearrange everything. This guy is very defensive. I have the AI set to max difficulty, but damn, I don't remember them being this hard. Okay, that was a little much. Okay, did way too much speed into that. It's all right, I only gotta hold it together for like 2 more laps and I finally will win this race. Dude, I've been doing this race for like 30 minutes. All right, let's pull away here. Here we go. I should have just saved myself the time and chose this car from the beginning, man. I did the Lamborghini Huracan GT3 in the beginning, and that was way too stiff for this track, which is just how I have it built. And then I did the Nismo, the GT Nismo, and that was pretty good, but it was a little too slow. And then I did the I did hot laps in the McLaren, and that was way too slow and way too heavy. So that did not that just did not work out. I should have just chose. I knew that it was kind of crazy that they allowed this car from the beginning, but all right, I'll read your chat in just a second. I want to see if I can get a pretty good distance between me and these other cars. I just realized my music stopped playing too. There's going to be some music here in a minute, but must have ran through that playlist I was on. There we go. That's a much better entrance and exit to that. Go really, really wide and get in. Okay. This car is surprisingly easy to control. I am in the crazy special edition Red Bull. This thing that looks like a full-on spaceship, which by the way, in VR, this is one of the best cars to drive. It's got so much detail on the inside. Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting this track down now. I can kind of feel where I'm shaving off some seconds. This thing races like an older Formula One car. You guys play on the original PS5 or do you play on the PS5 Pro? I've been kind of curious to ask someone about if the difference is enough worth upgrading to, but here we go. Oh, let's go. I'm actually increasing that gap by a really good amount. The Adrian Newey car? Yeah. Bro, look at the radar. They're all like ready to go, man. They're right behind me. That's so nerve-wracking if you like, yeah, you just look behind you and there's a whole pack. Gotta not fold under the pressure. I think that's the craziest thing that racing has done for me, is that for some reason racing virtual cars in a game where there's not like legitimate consequence, the pressure that gets put on whenever you're, you know, going so fast, trying so hard to stay in front and then actually like properly hit lines and manage like braking and fuel and pit stops and all that, like the actual feeling of feeling the competitiveness of that is crazy in games. Like, I have huge respect for racing drivers in real life, because that's the actual G-forces and like the amount that it stresses your body and just everything overall. Like, you got to be really, really like mentally strong for that. It's something I enjoy watching F1 and GT races all the time too, because it's like what are they? They're like extreme human feats, you know, like people are really doing this and they're doing it at some of the fastest paces in the world too, which is just insane. And just like that, let's do no hands right here. Don't crash, okay? Let's go, man. Finally, I beat that. Jeez. Oh, that took so long. That was 16 minutes just for one race right there. Okay, let me go through your chats real quick. So, I'm gonna get the 8 nm. So on the 5.5 torque on the Mozart 5 here, I think this is definitely enough. Are you, Dan? Are you upgrading from like a different wheel, or is this gonna be like your first racing wheel? 150,000 for winning. That's awesome. And an extra 200,000. Let's go. Finally, man. I'm trying so hard to get my money up in this game because I just have that car looks so crazy on the track with all those other like regular cars. All right. Now, see, the other reason I was trying to get the money up was because some of these other challenges require cars that I don't have, so I have to go buy them. But I did not want to dip into like every possible amount. I just finally got over 1 million credits. Like, again, I went on a really stupid spending spree for no reason. I bought cars I thought I would use, and then they just didn't end up being as good as I thought. So okay, so see, this is where it gets tricky, Dan. If this is going to be your first wheel and you plan on using it with like PlayStation VR and all that, it works really, really good. But there are just some compatibility issues that you might run into. If you're like, if you feel pretty comfortable with like just basically like connecting a device and updating it through like a computer, you can there's actually apps for both the wheel and for this other device. It's called a resolution. Let me find something real quick. I'll throw it in the chat for you because it just makes more sense to link you to that. But if there is anything that I can say, it's just like be ready to like double check every once in a while about updates and other things like that, because you'll really want to be on top of it. Because like I said, there's some times where I can hop in and go to start and like I'll have to disconnect and reconnect the device, or I'll have to update the wheel, and then that might mess with what the software is on the device. So also, before you buy anything, do some really good research into other devices that might be out there, because I just found out recently that this is not the only company. The company is called Brook, I think, or Brooks or something like that. They're not the only company that makes a device like this. SimiCube, which is another wheelbase manufacturer, there's some device that allows them to connect to the PlayStations as well. But SimiCube is more of like a super high-end brand. So if it's your first like wheel or wheelbase, the best thing I can say is if it's going to be your first wheel, and this is like the worst thing that I think people want to hear, but if it's your first wheel, I would just say it's better to stick to something like the so actually right now the Logitech direct drive wheel, I believe, is also compatible with PlayStation. But the problem is that I don't know for sure if that's the case, and it's fairly expensive for like direct drive wheels compared to what you could get at other, like you might be able to get this wheelbase and like a handbrake and the upgraded pedals for the same price that you would get just the Logitech wheel and pedals for. So it's like kind of got some trade-offs. But the other thing too is like all these Black Friday deals and Christmas deals just passed. You might be in a good position to look through some of those videos and figure out what works well. I'd recommend like a Random Call Sign has some good videos on it. Boosted Media, he's got really great detailed videos on all these products. And then something else too is Thrustmaster has some good wheels that are very strong and do work on PlayStation like natively. My problem was, again, the price with those was a little bit too much to justify going and doing that and not having a direct drive wheel. But on the flip side, if you plan on playing on PC also, then Moza has, I think, better compatibility than, from what I've heard from Fanatec users too, is that the Moza Wheelhouse the Moza Pit House is a better software. It's like nicer to use than I can't remember the Fanatec name one. Oh man, these are like actual Visions cars. I don't feel like I'm going to be able to compete with these cars. Also, why is it only allowing me to use the... Okay. Okay, all right, we're gonna try this. I don't know if this is gonna go good, but we're gonna try it. But yeah, so that's just my take on the current situation for getting wheels. I know it's not, again, I know that's not what everyone wants to hear, is to like go with the options that really aren't direct drive bases, but when it comes to a hobby like this, there's such a big rabbit hole, and there's a yeah, do more research. But like I was saying, there's a really big rabbit hole to go down, and there's a huge amount of money that can be wasted. I just saw, I wish I could find this video, but definitely just kind of look for it. It's like how to properly budget. Yeah, man, of course. That's you know why I'm here. I went through this process of like trying to figure out like, okay, I see all these people like doing this sim racing stuff, and it looks really cool and it looks fun, but like how much is that gear? This is not the right car for this race. This is crazy. But I was looking at people who had like $10,000 setups, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be like super easy to get to just buy those piece by piece and get there eventually. But then I realized like all the compatibility stuff, and on top of that, like the amount of wheels that people buy. So with the direct drive stuff too, the good thing is you can swap wheels. So I could put on like a, so let me see here. Let me go into the cockpit of this car real quick. So in this car, you can see it's got the round wheel, like what I'm using right here. If I went and played, I have like F1 24. Oh, see you, Oscar. Thank you for stopping by, man. Have fun in your Toyota Corolla. It is definitely, it's definitely a good car. And please get it more into sim racing, man. If you plan on it, just like I said, do your research, man. Have a good night. But yeah, so the good thing about the direct drive systems, wow, is you can suck as bad as I do and feel it all. You've got all these options for wheels that you can do. So you can switch, you can like, I can pop this wheel off of here, and I can pop it off here and put like an F1 wheel rim on, or I can do like a bigger like circular wheel for drifting, or I could do like a rally wheel. There's just, or they have really good see, and from all three, like I'd say like the three big, I don't really know, there's like 4 or 5 like super big competition companies that are competing for space in this. But there was a really good video I saw recently that did a roundup of all of the best sim like wheels, just because there have been so many new companies over the past like year or so. And he did a really good breakdown of like what is like a super good, reliable product, and then also, is it worth it to buy such a product, and like, is it gonna last, pretty much. So there's so much to consider with it. But the other thing that can't be beat is like Fanatec has really good branding within, if you're planning on just this game and you're really set on that, Fanatec is a super solid way to go. I mean, they're partnered with this game for a good reason. So I would, again though, caution against the customer experience with that, is that there's a lot of really bad experiences out there. I don't know if I want to spend $1 million on these. I do not want to spend $1 million that I just took so long to get to. I'm about to have 2 million though. That's pretty fair. Okay, I'm gonna buy it. Oh wow, that is super clean. Absolutely getting that. Oh. Man, I know the flip on this is not going to be cheap either, but it's what you need to race in this. Hey, cool, that got us to the next collector level too, so that's good. I'll take it. Man, Yeah, I did see that interview. That was I think that was Boosted Media, right? That did that. It was one of the bigger channels. That was a really good interview. And like I was telling Oscar earlier, you when I got into buying this stuff, which my first wheel I got was like, I don't even remember. It's been quite a while. Like the first wheel that I got was almost 2 years ago, and that was the Logitech wheel. And when I was trying to upgrade or look for other options to get, there was just so much like misinformation out there. Are you kidding me? Now it's too fast. It's crazy. There was a lot of misinformation out there that was really hard to like fend through and try to figure out like what's actually worth getting and what should I focus on if I'm going to get something. All that was not clear. 850 or less. That's so stupid. Okay, we're going to put a ballast on. We're going to make the car super heavy. Sorry, I'm doing two things at once. I'm sorry. What are you like? When are you planning on doing this? Are you planning on getting it by like the end of the year? You're gonna get the whole setup, or how? This is about to be so annoying. This car's probably gonna drive horribly with all these. 863. There's probably gonna be a sweet spot right here. 64. 59. We're getting closer to 850. 858. Are you serious, dude? I'm like as low as I can go. I need to put it on different tires. That's you got tower 5? Okay, nice. Nice. So between the two cockpits that you're choosing too, if the GT Omega one is at all like, what is that? What is that one like? Is that similar to the GT Lite, like a foldable thing, or is it like pretty adjustable? Because the GT Lite I have found to be sort of uncomfortable at times, and I kind of wish I would have went with something that was a little more like an actual frame or something. Just because it just is kind of uncomfortable sometimes. But I mean, that could just be me. I could be sitting at the worst angle possible, and I probably wouldn't even know, to be honest with you. Oh my god, this is so irritating. I want to reset all these settings. How do I do that? Okay. Dude, that ultra wide monitor is probably amazing. You can't see it right now, but the monitor that I'm racing on it's an LG. It's only a 1080p monitor, and it's at like 165 hertz. But the thing is, because of how I do this streaming thing and like the videos and stuff, I don't actually run the PlayStation at 120 hertz at all, because it all feeds through to my computer, which has to be down at 60 hertz. So I've experienced this game before at the proper hertz, and I love it. And I guess I don't know, but I think racing in VR is kind of the trick, because I can get the signal to my computer at 60 hertz, but the signal to the headset at 120 hertz, or I guess whatever it is. But it's like pretty good. I want to get my biggest thing is I want to get the PC VR adapter. And if you're considering doing racing on PC as well, that's a great setup you got there, because then you can switch the VR and the wheel properly with both things. And that's like the type of ease of use thing I was talking about. That's what I'm trying to go for. I don't know how to set this car up. I'm really messing this car up because I have no idea how to set this properly. All right, let's try this. We're gonna reset this to all the way up, so that way I hit really good speeds, and then power restrictor. Yeah. So I don't want to limit it with the ECU. I want to limit it with the power restrictor. It's probably not going to get me where I need to go. No, it's so close. Okay, we're gonna. I didn't speak English for a second there. Hey, hit 50 or less. Okay, this is probably gonna handle horribly and race terribly, and I could be wrong. We'll see. This is a very pretty car, though. I really love the Vision series. I think they did a great job with that. Oh, this has DRS too. Nice. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, okay, okay. We are going to take a second here. I don't even know if my wheel's straight. I just realized that. Nope, wasn't. Okay. Let's straighten back out and let's reset. Yeah, man, going to a direct drive wheel, even if you've never experienced anything before, the sense that you get is actually insane. Like, oh, dude, you can't see it right now because my driving is horrible, but the feeling of, like, I don't even know, man. It's like you can feel, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It feels like everything just gets so much heavier. It's like you'll be turning and then it's like really grinds down, so you can kind of like, you have to dig in and really like hold the turn, and then we got to do it while managing not to spin out, like I apparently can't do at all. So I need to buy, I'm probably intermediates. It's gonna be so annoying because it's probably gonna adjust the, this is probably gonna adjust the performance rating, and then it's gonna be like, well, you're gonna have to re-rate your car. Oh, it adjusted it down. That's actually pretty good. That means I can turn some things back up and get some power. I don't know why I didn't just go with the wheels in the first place. That was probably the worst like 5 minutes of tweaking a car that I've ever done. That's fine. Oh, okay, okay. That's cool. So it's saying it won't allow me to switch. I get that, makes sense. It won't allow me to switch to a faster tire. Oh, dude, I need to set. Wow. Like, not like seriously. I let go right there, but that was like, it is hard to hold on. There are some small things. I addressed this in my last video, by the way. There are some small things that Gran Turismo does that are really annoying, especially if you're in PC or if you're in VR. There's some things that are really annoying, and then there are other things that like that I feel like I've experienced that I'm like, I wish was better. Wow, dude, I can't find the right tire for this. Can't find the right car. Can't find the right tire. Good news is though, I do have a button for DRS, so any chance that I get, I am absolutely taking it. Oh yeah, I can feel this thing sliding like crazy. I love the what's the term? Dude, okay. I think I'm gonna crash out here. I gotta figure out a way to fix this. Why is it so bad? I really want to consider looking up an 850 build McLaren. I'm gonna do that really quick. Just sometimes it's better to just look into it than to assume that I know what I'm doing. So by the way, my dream car is a McLaren 720S. That is something I want to own. But I have no idea how I'm gonna get to that. Okay, so now Okay, they're saying they're using a car for this, but I don't know which car. Dude, I don't have the... See, this is the problem I knew I was going to get, is I don't have the money to buy... All right, I'm going to see if I can sell this car real quick and then buy a better... Could you imagine you go to a car dealership and they've got like... No. The brake performance kit is great. I have that installed. That is very nice. I would not plan on upgrading the pedals. That would be a good first upgrade, but I don't think that that's like necessary. I think depending on which route you, what am I doing? What am I doing, man? I'm struggling so hard today at doing like multiple things at once. So the good thing about Moza is they have the CSL pedals, which have really good reviews on them, and they look like really good pedals. But I don't know if it would be like, hang on, I gotta sneeze. Oh, that was horrible. Oh my god. Okay, they've got really good like pedals, but I don't know if it would be the best idea if I think the better, it's up to you. If you think you're gonna get faster from working with better pedals and better I guess like sensitivity on the braking and yeah, like, what am I trying to say? I know what I'm trying to say. I don't know how to say it. If you think that's what's going to make you faster or what's going to make it more realistic, then it would be worth it. But if it seems like that's just an upgrade just to do, I don't think it's entirely necessary. From the pedals that you get are, they're not great. I understand that, but they are definitely like what I would consider good enough. You know, I don't see a reason that I don't see a reason for a super big upgrade when I would say that these are good enough. Hang on a second. I am trying to make sure. Here we go. Something I think to also look into is like what kind of games are you going to be playing? Is it just going to be, did you say that? On PC. Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I'm sick. So you say you plan to play on PC. What kind of games you plan on playing on PC? Are you going to play ones that are like super like dirt related, or are they going to be more like Forza games? Or because the other thing too is Moza has a compatibility thing with Forza that you have to switch on and off, that also has like some issues. Like, I don't know, I plan on making a video about this because I've kind of learned a lot these past couple years that I've been getting into this, is that like there is just so much that there's so much to like account for, you know. Does Nissan have a vision car? Am I stupid? I'm probably stupid anyways, but I said, of course, dirt, project cars, and Forza. Okay, so I mean, those are like, those are some of the best games out there. Assetto Corsa. I actually was gonna do a no hesi stream soon, just because Assetto Corsa is really fun and I like that. But it's hard to say, man. It's hard to say really what the best option is, because you've got good options all around. You can't really go wrong. I would just say do like what you think is gonna be. Like, look at some really good reviews and see what you think is going to be. Wow, that's a really nice vision car. I didn't even know that they had one. That's super clean looking, man. What kind of cars are we going against? Wow, that livery is so nice, man. What the heck? I might buy that just because. But the like I was saying, just from the past couple years of experience of trying to figure out the best like path through this system, is like, you're going to want to get something that's got good accessories for when you want to play like dirt, or like Forza with a shifter, or like dirt with a shifter is like, that's some of the most fun experience. And my best experience I had with that was when I had the Logitech wheel and I had the shifter for that. That was a better experience than what I've had with this wheel, because getting the shifter for that is a fairly expensive upgrade when it's not like the immediate next step. Like, I'm gonna get that shifter, and there's the handbrake shifter, there's like two types of shifters. There's a sequential shifter, which is really nice, and then there's a handbrake, and then there's also an H pattern shifter. But for me, what makes most sense is like my next step is likely going to be getting a more like actual like sturdy cockpit, because like I said, I plan on building a very versatile and very quick to switch like flight sim and racing sim. I want them to be quick and effortless. I almost want it to be like the experience you'd get at like a Dave and Buster's when you go and sit down and just put the stuff on and you're ready to go. That's kind of what I'm going for. I want that, but in my house with the full library of PlayStation games and my Steam games and everything, like just ready to go. So getting the PC VR adapter for the PlayStation 2 or the PlayStation VR, and getting the proper equipment that works within both or within that ecosystem to be quick, and you know, all the USB hubs to power and switch it all. That's hard to do. That's hard to, at least it's hard to concept right now. I'm trying to figure out what best to integrate. My plans for it are getting very expensive, and I don't like that part. I want it to be relatively easy. It's to like make the videos on these things and also be like, this is actually kind of cheap. Oh my God, I hate watching a video on a product that I'm like, man, that looks really good, and like, yeah, this is really cheap at like $1,200, and I'm like, dude, that is not like cheap like you're thinking. Like that is definitely up there, and that's not something just anybody can afford, you know. I hate when I hear like, it's always the influencers, man. I hate when I hear them say anything like, oh yeah, this is super cheap yeah, so some people, as I've been watching a lot of reviews, some people were saying they had a lot of issues in the beginning with the PCVR adapter, but eventually they said there was like a day one patch and it all worked out pretty much. So I also just realized I didn't buy that car. I was trying to buy it, but I didn't. So what are we at right now? Okay. Oh, nice, dude. That put me up really well. So again, welcome everybody to the stream. Thank you guys for stopping by. I got 4 viewers right now. That's like crazy. I spent the first like 30 minutes just talking to myself, and that was really difficult, but appreciate you, Dan, and Oscar previously, for keeping up the chat. You guys have anything? You guys have like any tips at all? Or if you want to go and check out the video that I just released today, or any other videos that I've got, I do a lot of PlayStation. I'm trying to get better at doing a lot of PlayStation VR racing, and just getting better at racing too. So yeah, that's what I've been thinking too. I've been kind of watching for that, Dan. I'm like, that kind of makes the most sense if. But the other thing is, they may have, like, because Fanatec has, dude, I gotta center the wheel before I race. What the hell? The other thing too that I've been thinking is, because Fanatec has their support in this game, are they gonna really allow? What the hell is the right car to use for this race? Why am I all over? Okay, we're gonna just end that before that gets bad. All right, let me finish my sentence I was trying to say before I died twice. I've been wondering if they're gonna release a PlayStation 5 like variant for that, but the more I think about it, the more I realize, like, is Fanatec gonna let them go for that? Because it's gonna have to be something that it's gonna have to be agreed upon. Like, hey, can your competitor also? Can we support that? Like, because it's up to Polyphony at the end if they support that wheel or not. It's not really up to Sony, like which hardware they allow. It's always going to be up to the developers to implement the proper usage of it too. So people could be faster on Fanatec wheels than they can be on Moza wheels if that's how they choose to go about it. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully, I think the ecosystem is big enough where everyone can get a piece here. But so I feel like that's either the option, or the next route is something that I think is unfortunate but might happen just because of how it's happened the past couple of years. Is there's a chance that Gran Turismo sells its exclusivity deal with Sony and goes to PC. Now, that is not something that I think has ever really been like considered or even like pipeline dreamed, but I think it's, dude, I can't control these vision cars at all, man. And that's a personal thing. That is not the car or the wheel or anything at all. It's just me. I cannot control this car for anything. I'm gonna give it a couple laps though, because I have not done actual racing in like 20 minutes trying to find the right car. But I really hope that some good options like rise for what to do. So like I said, Thrustmaster has this sort of in between right now. They kind of are in a position where if they choose to, you know, sharpen up on some quality of life things and really step up their game in some other areas like quality, they might have a good opportunity to become the middleman between like a Logitech G29 and a direct drive wheel. Oh my god, I'm so stupid, dude. Just braking in like the worst possible. Dude, jeez. I'm gonna zone out for like 30 seconds and see if I can control this car, dude. Okay, here we go. We're gonna brake really early. We're gonna brake and still slide off. Damn. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about some of these like I can't really even, like, I feel the power right now. It feels like what I would assume a car like this to feel like, but I can't feel the road at all. I can't feel the wheels compared to like a regular naturally aspirated like engine and not a AA battery. Okay, that being said though, I really like electric cars. I'm just saying that just because for some reason in game this is a weird feeling. Look at how much I'm sliding all over the place too. I'm on intermediates. Maybe I need to be on like just racing. The other thing that sucks too is there's not even like real life videos I can watch of people racing these cars. Sometimes I watch real life videos of people racing like GT3 Huracans and stuff to get a better idea of how the game intends for that car to be handled. There's not a video of someone racing the Vision's car, you know. Look at this thing, dude. I'm all over the fucking track with this. This is one of my favorite tracks too, and I can't even like get a. All right, here we go. Right here, I know I can pull around. So I kind of did this on the on my last couple bigger races. The only way that I won was by keep beating everyone in the straights. Like I sucked at the technical sections, and then eventually just got there at the straights and can pass like 5 cars at once while sliding into the barrier. Okay. Yep, don't reset. We're gonna reset. Damn it, dude. What is the right car for this? What am I supposed to buy? What cars are passing me? Let's see. So the Subaru's in there. The Honda's on there. Just give them a little bump because I'm an idiot. Yeah. All right. It's time to go sell this car and find something that actually works. I promise I'm pretty decent at racing, okay? I hate having to buy and sell cars though. I lose so much more money doing that. Like I doubt, dude, it's just not even gonna put me over 1 million, is it? It's so stupid. You should be able to test drive these cars. That's been the biggest thing that I've had to, is you can't even test drive a car. And of course I'm still in the car. I feel like test drives would have been a nice thing from day one. I'm getting any car right now so I can. Maybe my best bet is to really trick out the Visions car that I did have anyways. So okay, on the Moza app, and not necessarily like added functionality. Well, there is some things, but not really like too much. I think the biggest thing that it adds is really like ease of use. Okay, like right now I'm doing all this, but if I wanted to, I could just switch like off the stream here on my phone. I could switch over to the Moza app and connect it to the wheelbase directly, and then I could adjust like the force feedback or the dampening ratio, where I could, you know, I could tweak the threshold on the pedals if I thought something was weird with that. That kind of functionality, I think that's worth it for what the app does. I also think that they plan on adding more to it. There are some things in there too, like they have some presets. So there's like an F1 preset that kind of cranks up a couple different sets of numbers to really give you like a good baseline to start with. But it's nothing like, it doesn't add like an insane amount or anything. Doesn't Jaguar have a, I'm glad they have the old Jaguar logo in here. Please don't bring in that new one. All right. Okay, we're gonna take this and I'm gonna call it good. And then from there, we're gonna just keep going. And it doesn't add anything crazy. It just kind of ease of use, ease of access. You get a good chance to really kind of mess around with things. For someone like me who I'm not in a constricted space or anything like that, but the way that my setup is, I have a lot to try to switch over, and like it's not quick to unplug from this device and plug into the computer and then plug and then switch over to the monitor for the computer and then adjust the settings and then try to remember what settings I've put on, you know, and then switch back over to the PlayStation and do all that. That's a lot of work to switch back and forth, when now I can literally just open up the app, switch over what I want, and then go from there. That I can do that live, like while I'm driving. I can also crash like I have every single time I've started this race. Okay, this is getting crazy, dude. Am I just a bad driver? Because like, how are these cars so uncontrollable? I mean, look at the slip angle on this thing, dude. I'm not even like, dude, that is crazy. There's like this amount of turn that I can do before it slips. All right, let's just see if it's good in the straights. Dude, I don't know about this, man. I don't know if I can do this race. It's the first time I've considered just not doing one of the, but the money is so good. We like money. Yeah, man, it is one of the biggest one of the best decisions I've made over the past couple of years, just because I have had, but like, not to get like crazy personal or anything, but like there's been so many things that have happened these past few years to me that have been like, they've been really difficult, and the idea of being able to sit down and just drive a car, like this is a crazy situation to explain this with, but like I want to just get on a road and go full throttle and go for a while. I could throw on the VR and do that. And the other thing too is like, you got special stage X here, and you can literally get in any of these cars that are 3 million miles fast and just go. Like, I mean, come on, there's no better experience. And to get that experience and feel it with so much power, like I was saying, man, like okay, 5.5 newton meters does not seem like a lot when you look at the Moza R12 that's got 12 newton meters, you know, or the what's the one? Oh yeah, the Gran Turismo, the DD. I think the Fanatec one, I think with the boost package offers like 8 newton meters. That's just something that's something that comes down to preference. To be honest with you, I wouldn't even consider getting a wheel that goes up to 8 newton meters if you're not gonna put it on like a legit rigid frame like cockpit. You were talking about getting one of the foldable cockpits and stuff. They definitely work, but like there is a limit to that metal that's on there, and whatever forces they're pushing against your hands when you're holding that's pushing against the wheel. And I can guarantee that my desk is probably flexing a little bit underneath all this. I've got a wooden IKEA desk, you know, it's not going to be the greatest whenever I take this off, but I mean, just like this experience, you know, this is it, man. Look at this type of spaceship car, like, and everything. You can just hop in here and do that, and you might be able to see it on the camera because I noticed it happened when I was recording the other day. when this wheel starts to like really push down, I can see it shaking. Like my whole desk shakes. I had to move something off my speakers earlier because my speakers shake. Like there is a ton of force that's put into this. It is really hard to portray over a video, and it's also really hard to portray in like a regular car too. Like it's not like you're driving your car down the road. You're driving a car that is going 172 miles an hour. We're actually about to be going downhill, we'll go quicker. Should be able to get to 7th downhill. I used to do this all the time. Like I'm just saying, man, this car in VR is so pretty. Like this is so cool. Oh. So that's another thing that you'll see some people complain about. That little oscillation that can happen on that happens on any of these direct drive wheels though. Just the way that the technology works, it happens on any of them. Some wheels do really good at dampening it. You can turn up dampening settings like in the app and stuff. You can lose a good amount of sensation in that though too. So that was just for demonstration's sake because I wanted to clarify that point there. What I used to do, what I plan on getting back into, I used to wake up like probably 2 hours before I needed to, and I would hop in with like the Logitech G29. I would hop in the Nürburgring on with like a Mercedes or a McLaren or like a Lamborghini, and I would just do hot laps for like an hour and a half, trying to get down my racing lines and try to figure out, how things worked. And doing that with the feeling of a wheel over a controller is so much more fun. Is the force feedback at full? Hang on a second. Yeah, out of the box, it is definitely at full. I guess I don't know the experience for someone who doesn't have a computer who would buy the setup that like with the resolution 1 and this. Like, I don't know the experience of what that's like, because from all I can know is that I've bought this wheel and I updated it and everything, and I then bought the other device and upgraded that and made sure that was all good and working. But you said you were racing on computers, so I feel like the experience, like I said earlier, you have to want to be able to want to finick with, like, to mess with all those settings. And if you want to, then it's worth it. Because I also assume that if you want to do something like that, you probably have done that before with other, like, some sort of, like, of other technology. You probably had to fix something for someone at some time that's required the same amount or more technical ability. Like, it is really not hard to fix these problems that come up. It's just annoying. They can just be annoying. You know, you just got to be ready to want to get in there and do it. This is crazy, but I just sold the car that I just bought, and I cannot buy another Visions car right now because I don't have the money. They're all at least $1 million, I'm pretty sure. That's fine. I'm gonna just trick out the one that it would have allowed me to do in the beginning, but because I'm stupid, I was like, nah, I need to buy a faster car because it's probably just gonna be enough. It's still probably not gonna be enough, but what I'm allowed to go to 850, so I have an 800 setting. Let's just give it a try. Let's see. Oh yeah. Well, hey, yeah. Listen, if you, I forgot that you mentioned you already do VR stuff. That it's the same kind of thing as that. So you said you had to mess with the PC VR stuff. It can be the same kind of thing. Like, it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty close. Like, you end up running into the same kinds of issues. Like, this doesn't work there, or that game doesn't support this, or you're gonna have to update like this software or whatever. It's the same kinds of issues. It's not. Dude, I haven't been racing in a minute. Hang on. It's nothing. It's really nothing crazy. I actually, to be honest with you, I think I had more problems. I went through 2 Logitech wheels in like 2 years. I think one of them, my first original one, it got corrupted from having, I don't know, I was switching back and forth between the PlayStation and the PC like a lot with it, with the Logitech G29, and it was kind of the only time I've ever even experienced something like that or had seen the video about it. But there was some reason there was like an issue between the 2 devices, and it worked totally fine on the PC, but when I plugged it into the PS5, it just wasn't detected at all. So I was like, so even with trusted gear like the Logitech G29, that's like, Logitech G29, by the way, is like the king of sim racing, like entry wheels, just because it is such a low barrier of entry for some people, and it's so easy to like, okay, it might not be easy to excuse like $1,000 purchase for a wheelbase like this, but it's definitely easy to excuse a $300 purchase or $250 purchase on like Black Friday or whatever, just to get into it. And by the way, this is not $1,000 wheelbase. That was made up. I just wish that the dude, I'm like all over the place today. I wish that people were more honest about these kinds of things though, because a lot of these channels they're all sponsors and affiliates of all these companies, so they don't really want to say the bad things. There are some that are getting better at it. There's some that are like making it more clear, especially with people like Gamers Nexus going around and destroying companies from the top down. I mean, come on, like that's huge. But when it comes to sim racing stuff, I feel like there's a lot to be talked about. There's always something going on, you know. There's always a new wheel releasing or a new company emerging that is trying to get their hand in there, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing for us, for people who want to do this. It's, you know, not to mention the content creators. Man, there's some of my favorite content creators are I've seen from sim racing, and not even like the people that make like kind of the trendy type of videos, like Goosiest and Slap Train. I'd consider them kind of like the trending, like you can find them kind of in the trending category sometimes on the types of videos they make. But when it comes to like just GT racing, Kirith, he's one that's really good. Super GT, Random Call Sign, like he's super good. They're all like oh, and of course you've got Jimmy Broadbent, like, and then now what's crazy too is Super GT and Jimmy Broadbent, they race that BMW now, like as part of that is crazy. Hang on, I'll read your chat in just 1 second. I think I made the same stupid mistake I made with that last race that I did, where I chose the wrong car 4 different times when I could have just chose the one car that I already owned and probably beaten everybody. I went and bought a car probably 4 different times throughout this live. No, I think I bought a car like 6 different times throughout this live stream, and then resold it immediately after because I did not need it. Not when I race like that. Oh, hang on a second. Would you ever consider? The DOF, is that like a motion rig that you're talking about? I haven't really like experienced a lot of the motion rig stuff. It's something that, like, again, that's something I want to get into, but I can only imagine the amount of tinkering some games might require for that. Let's go. I just need to trust myself more, man. I just really went out and bought like 4 different cars. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's a motion rig. Okay, so see, when you say affordable, it's really hard for me not to think that like it's not going to be super good quality. If the reviews on it are really good, that's great. But like when it comes to this type of hardware, or, you know, motion rigs have been around for a long time, way longer than like sim racing has, and they've also developed a lot too. So I know that they can get cheap and they can be good. But I immediately just assume, like, I immediately think like, okay, it's gonna be some kind of system that's like, so like how like flight sticks work off of like Hall effect sensors or like a force feedback. There's a certain amount, like a certain byte amount of information that's sent through to it. With something, with something like the Logitech G29, what I'm comparing it to is like it may send less information than the Fanatec or this wheel does, and that can be the reason that the force feedback feels so intense and so connected and so much more realistic. That's what I assume with that with the motion rig stuff, is like if it's cheaper or like more affordable, it might be good for entry stuff. But I just watched a video today by Random Call Sign that was talking about like buy once, cry once, which is like save your money pretty much. Buy the things that are a little bit more expensive, that always seem like they're just a little too expensive, but you know it's kind of worth it, and you know that it's better quality than the very bottom of the barrel option that can get you started, you know. Which kind of directly applies to your situation. Like if you're looking to buy, I'm not saying to recommend, you know, anything that's out of your price range at all, but if it's within your price range and you are confident with what you're buying, there's no problem there. But if you think you can afford like the next step up or the next tier up, and you think it's something you're going to enjoy, I feel like that's way more worth it, because you're going to get like another, like think of it this way, that motion rig after like 100 hours of, so I probably have a combined total of like a little over like 1,500 hours of racing across all the racing games that I've played. If I was using a motion rig for all of that, could those screws and those bolts and that motor and everything, could that hold up for 1,500 hours of, let's say, like medium setting play, you know? Something like a wheelbase, it's a little easier to determine that, because this is a very small form factor device, the very, like with one individual contact point. But a motion rig's got like up and down and left and right, well, pitch and yaw, like all to factor in. So is it going to do that reliably every time? Now the other thing to think about is, can it do that long enough where you might be able to afford the next system up in like a year or two? That's pretty fair. That's how I got into sim racing. I was like, I think I would like this product here, but when I was younger and didn't have the money for it, I'm like, I know I cannot spend like $1,700 on 6 ads. See that sounds like it'd be worth it, because there's so many games, there's so many, like just across racing games, you've got 17 that I can think of off the top of my head that are going to experience that. That's gonna be like, that sounds like it would be worth it. But here's the other thing too, is I like to watch videos of like Linus Tech Tips. He has quite a few videos now, like they used to not, but recently they've had quite a few that go over like some sim racing stuff or some motion rig system stuff. So these bigger channels that I know have maybe like a trusted influence or trusted products before, I try to think like, if they review it, is it going to be reviewed because it's a good product and should be bought, or is it going to be reviewed because it's like something that might be trying to make a quick buck and it's not going to last long, over like, even like 6 months. So there have been, I mean, I know that every company has its horror stories, right? But when it comes down to it, like, which one are you trusting enough with your hard-earned money? Like, you say you're about to be buying all this stuff, like, what do you do for work, man? Like, are you putting in, 80 hours a week or 80 hours every 2 weeks, and then you're gonna sit there and put that money towards a company that may give you good results, or are they reliable? Like, now I tend to be more strict with that kind of thing on myself. That's why I'm saying it like that, because that's how I talk to myself when I'm about to do a purchase. I'm like, okay, is this gonna be actually worth it, or is this something stupid that I can, like, should I give it a week and see if I'm still gonna want that same product? That's the same reason I don't buy very many games. I should, because I want to buy a lot of games, but I don't buy them because I use a simple, like, I use the dollar to hour ratio rule. I don't know if that's really like a rule or something. I think it's something like people kind of commonly do, but I bought this wheel thinking, okay, in total, the package that I got with the base and with the wheel and the other product to connect it to this, and I even factored the PSVR 2 into it. Like, am I gonna get over what was like $1,700? Am I gonna get over 1,700 hours worth of experience out of this? Is that something that's really gonna be worth it? And when I calculated it down, and I'm like, you know what? Like, I've spent years previously playing these same games on older consoles. this is a game that's this is a game in a market that's being live updated, which I've not really been a part of for a long time. Like, yeah, I'm probably absolutely gonna want to get that. Like, that's probably definitely gonna give me, and if it's not too, am I gonna get that like grand experience out of it that's just gonna be life changing? And it has. I mean, yeah, it's changed everything. So sorry to like break that into like such a bigger thing, but just kind of go based off how you feel about it. Is it like, if the reviews you're seeing are good and everything you're seeing is solid, then I'd say be open to it. And I mean, the worst that can happen is you buy it and it breaks and you have to return it. You know, like most companies offer a return policy, and if the one you're about to buy from doesn't, I would take that as a red flag. I wouldn't buy it, but most companies do, so I don't see why they wouldn't. I did not realize I was on the 7th lap going through all that, but let's see if I can break up this pack here. Well, instead I'll just spin off into the grass. Why not? It was a great way to end that. See if I can cut across in time. God damn. Yeah, so that's kind of my system that I do for everything, though, is like, if I don't see myself using it in, you know, 2 or 3 years or upgrading within the next couple years, probably not going to spend more than 200, 300 bucks on it. It's not the same as like buying a TV too. You buy a TV, you never know what movies are going to release that you're going to want to watch on that thing. If you're buying hardware though, you're going to be stuck with that hardware and its limitations too. You'll be, you know, you'll be able to adapt it to certain things, but some hardware limitations can be really irritating. I will tell you one thing though, getting out of using a DualSense and using a proper wheel over everything, that is huge. That is like, start with that. That is the biggest thing. I would start with that and save your money and see. Also, just like maybe wait until the year rolls over, because a lot of these like newer companies that like to release things right in the beginning of the year with like, hey, here's a great deal, by the way. Like, I'm not getting a clean racing bonus for that. I know that. Dude, I gotta find the right car for this race, man. I keep like immediately spinning out and it's just not. So people are using the Porsche, the Pugo, the car that I just used. Jeez, man. Well, all right. Well, anyways, I think I am gonna hop off here. It's getting kind of late and I do work tomorrow, but thank you guys so much for stopping by. I appreciate all the conversation, Dan. I know Oscar's not in here, but Oscar was giving good conversation earlier too. So if you have any recommendations or you guys got anything like you want to recommend, go leave a comment on my last video and just, you know, tell me to stream again or tell me to like check out some product or something or a game or something like that, and I'll try it. Yeah, man, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, and yeah, thank you too. But that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, it's hard not to get sucked in, especially when some of these companies make it so easy. Like, they're just they make it easy. But I try to remember from the consumer end that they're only doing that so they can make the money off of me. So is there another company that I think is going to be more supportive later on? Like, if this Moza wheel breaks, I know I can contact Moza and they'll likely give me a refund. And it's been a year, so you know. But that's the experience. So anyway, so yeah, you have a good night, Dan. Thanks again. Don't forget to subscribe and like too, and definitely check out my other racing bids that I've got. I plan on doing a lot more coming up. I'll probably do a stream maybe tomorrow morning if I'm up for it before I go to work, but we will see. So thank you guys. Have a good night and peace. This is going to be kind of awkward for a second because I got to go through and shut some stuff down, but it's all right.